Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another Versus video with Brad Nelson and Brian Braun-Duin. So the Pro Tour just happened, where we both won it. It was the first time in history where two people won the tournament together.
That's actually not true. I seem to remember some Sliver kids winning a Pro Tour together once.
No, but we both got first.
I seem to remember... Wasn't there a two-headed giant Pro Tour?
Why are you ruining my joke?
That's what I do. I exist to ruin other people's jokes.
Well, we met in the finals and got...
We both won.
Yeah, the second place trophy turned into a first place trophy.
Yeah.
And then we won and then burned down everything because we are awesome.
Yeah, we didn't care about it. We're punks and we don't care about anything.
More likely, we side drafted on Saturday.
Yeah. And why Saturday? Why not late Friday?
Yeah, late Friday. Yeah, we probably did. Yeah, we didn't. Anyway, we're playing Magic today.
Yeah, we are.
As promised, we are even more checked out because we leave for Brussels tomorrow. But we have some sweet decks that we are both trying for the Pro Tour that's already happened because that's how time travel works.
Yeah, we are testing these decks for the past.
Yes. But they both seem pretty sweet. The deck that I'm playing is just a slight update to Kevin Jones' Jeskai deck that he went 7-1 at the Invitational. The deck is pretty stock. It's a deck that's existed for a while. But one of the cards that I've wanted to test for a while is see how Icefall Region works. And in this matchup, it's not going to do anything. But we're going to get to see what it looks like against a deck that just has to pay more mana to kill it, which is relevant because it is just a flying dragon.
Yeah.
But I think the deck is pretty solid. And that's all I got.
All right, well, for me, I'm playing Cawblade because we went way back in time when I was testing for an event 3 years ago. And I'm just deciding whether I want like 2 Divine Offerings in my main deck to combat Batter Skulls or just 1 or...
I like the 1, but I did like adding the 28th land.
Yeah.
A lot of people only played 27.
Me have preordained to smooth things out.
Yeah, but still, there's like when your cards are Stoneforge Mystic, Jace, and Batterskull, like...
No, I'm arguing in favor of the 28th land.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You have preordained to put those lands on the bottom when you don't need them.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so your deck is an Esper control deck?
It is, yeah. So I'm playing an Esper control deck, and it started as a black-white deck that I wanted to try splashing Ojutai, and then I ended up realizing that Ojutai just wasn't good in the deck, but I decided to stick with Esper anyway, and turned into a Narset control deck that I actually really like a lot, so we'll see how it plays out.
Cool. All right, well, let's fight.
7.
Oh yeah, 7's game. All right, so you ready for the 7's game?
I mean, not really.
You lost. We already rolled.
It's just what's actually going to happen is me losing.
Oh. I got close. Yay! I'll be on the play.
What a surprise.
All right, and I can keep this.
And I'm going to keep this. I don't know that I can, but I will.
Well, you can if you choose to. We'll put the land on the bottom. I don't think we need any.
That was probably the perfect draw step, but just kidding. Let's go ahead and bottom that.
I did just get the perfect draw step.
All right.
I will put a Soulfire Grandmaster into play.
Sure.
And he is a Grandmaster at beating your face in.
Well, he's probably going to do that. All right, well, my draws have been extremely suboptimal. By that, I mean very, very bad. And we'll bottom that, too. Go.
Can you do me a favor while I take my turn?
What's that?
Can you pull me out some Cedric tokens?
Sure. All right, I'm at 16.
All right, I'm at 21.
Yep.
Your turn.
Wow, this is really annoying.
Are you not going to be able to kill it?
I mean, I can't cast any of my spells. So.
Oh.
Go.
All right, let's keep the heat on against your blue-eye control deck. Mana Strider.
Sure.
Go to combat.
Sure.
Declare attackers.
Sure.
Attack with everything.
All right. I'm going to activate this and just chump the Rebel Master to save some life.
All right, so you're going to take a total of 7.
Yep.
Put you at 9, and I go to 23.
Yep.
Your turn.
Well, I think plains is probably the best draw I could have drawn there. So,
10.
All right, this hand looks like I can actually cast some spells, so I'm going to go ahead and keep it.
All right, I am good to go as well.
All right, we'll scry and...
Well, you have black in your deck?
I do. I am going to bottom that. You're up.
All right, I will play a temple, scry, and bottom as well.
All right, draw. Go.
Scry.
Sure.
And that seems like a top. Your turn.
All right, I'm going to anticipate end of turn.
Oh, no.
All right, well, here... I think I just want this, so... We will take that card. And then draw. And I'm going to Thoughtseize you. Alright, so I'm going to go to 18. Alright. Alright, you have Monastery, Forge, Reef, Elspeth, Stamps. Well, I think the scariest card is the Rabblemaster, so I'm going to take that.
Alrighty.
And you're up.
I was thinking maybe that you're going to take my Mana Strider and then just, like, make me want to play around ultimate price, but alright, I'll go to 19 and cast Mana Strider, put you at 15.
Yep.
Alright, your turn.
Anticipate again. Alright, well, we are not drawing very well. I'm going to take this. And draw. Okay, that was a good one. Right, I'm going to fetch down to 14.
Okay.
Let's get a swamp.
Kill off my Rada.
I'm actually going to cast Narset.
Ooh. That is interesting.
And the sweet thing about Narset in this deck is the +1 hits on everything that's not a land. So,
But we're going to tick down right now, right?
no. So I'm going to plus and say go.
That kind of sucks. Alright, I'm just going to... It's tough that he didn't kill the Mana Strider, which makes me think that he has a Wrath effect or some way to actually interact with the Mana Strider. Or, I mean, he has to, right? Like... Alright, I'll attack you.
An 11.
Shit, 11. Go.
Yep. Alright, draw. An 11. Alright, let's start with a scry. And we'll keep that on top.
What is it?
Well, it's Hero's Downfall.
It's not a bad magic card.
And it's not a bad magic card. And I'm going to say... I'm going to say go. And... yeah, that's fine.
Mana Strider.
Yep, that's good.
All right, so how should I attack this? I think I have to go 1 and 1 because I just can't let Narset ultimate me. So yeah, 1 and 1.
I am going to. I'm gonna murderous cut the one that's attacking me.
Still has that downfall. Oh, Valor stands it.
Alright, so you take 1.
18, and you go to 8.
Yeah, I go to 8, Narset goes to 5.
And your turn.
Alright. And draw. Alright, let me think of the best way to do this. So he might just untap and play Elspeth next turn and make some tokens, which are actually going to be an issue. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to fetch to 7. And then cast a Myth Realized.
And then Wrath.
I'm going to minus Narset.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to cast in Hostilities.
That is a good turn.
And trigger this.
All right.
And you're up. So now if he just plays a guy, I get to just get a free Wrath on it. Or if he plays Elspeth and ticks up.
I'm just going to strike the Narset.
Alright, Narset's down.
And your turn.
Alright, I'm going to cast Wrath and put a counter on this. I guess it shouldn't have been in the graveyard, but we'll draw. And I'm at 7 right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start with a Treasure Cruise.
I'll Disdainful Stroke.
And that's unfortunate. I'll play a Flooded Strand. Activate this and attack you for 3.
15.
Go. Well, I didn't expect to get Disdainful Stroked, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's the magic one up in the main deck. All right. I need some soldier tokens, but that's probably dying.
They're over here.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it's going to die. Just going to go to 4.
Your turn.
Yes.
Your own Elspeth?
Let's see, I'm at 7. I don't really want to fetch. So I'm going to cast Elspeth.
Ugh.
And I'm going to make some soldiers and say go.
Well, let's... Well, that's...
Another Mantis Rider?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Well, that's probably
Burn
the best,
you out.
Probably the best draw you could have there.
Nose, probably. I'm going to be taking... No, I don't have to take any damage if I do it correctly. Yep. So you go to 4.
Yep.
And your turn.
And you're... Oh, and you're still at 15?
Yeah, and I'm still at 15.
Alright, well, him drawing Mantis Rider there is probably the best thing he could have drawn. So that's unfortunate. I guess I will activate Myth and attack.
I will block.
Alright, I'll plus Elspeth.
I got 1 for you.
Alright, go.
I guess that guy stops some tokens. Rabble Master.
Okay.
Attack you.
I'll eat a token and go to 1.
1. Go.
I'll pump this up to 6.
Oh yeah, you can do that, can't you?
Alright, come on, Sorin.
No Sorin, no. Oh god, no.
Sorin would be great. Alright, I'm dead.
Mantis Rider, riding dirty.
That was kind of gross.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, BBD, how are you sideboarding?
I think you see exactly how I'm sideboarding.
No board for this matchup?
I just have no board, period. I only need 60 cards.
All right. Well, I'm going to be taking out these 8 for these 8, just transitioning to like the more attrition-y control, some more card advantage, counter spells, erase for your myths, glare. I made a couple slight changes to Kevin Jones' list, and one of them that I should have, like, I would look into more, and this is probably something for the Pro Tours. I think glare is a must-to of in any Jeskai sideboard. I think it's just too important. It hits like a lot of planeswalkers. It hits rhinos and elspeths, which are both like big threats that tax your resources. But I do like his Ojutai's commands in this deck. Like that's actually a really cool place to be. So I can't wait to see how that card plays out in the matchup. Just getting guys back at instant speed and drawing a card.
Yep. All right, I'm on the play this game, and I'm going to keep, and hopefully we draw some more lands.
All right, well, that's the same boat.
Okay, I'll start with a Scry, and we're going to bottom that.
Interesting top deck. Scry. Guess I can't keep it, but I want to, but bottom.
All right, draw. Oh, that was not a good draw. I'm going to Scry. I'm going to keep that on top and then Thoughtseize.
Yeah. I like how Magic feels like that's happening more and more, where you want to know what your top card is before you Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
It's really unique how that's been a thing.
All right, well, let's see. I kind of just don't want him to... Did you top or bottom?
I bottomed. So Lightning Strike?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just don't want him to draw lands, so I think I'm going to take that Anticipate. Let's see.
You made it to the big leagues, buddy.
Let's see. 2 digs, 1 stoke, 1 strike, a plains, and a soulfire. Sure.
Alrighty. Draw. Play Soulfire, your turn.
Sure. Alright, I'm going to Scry, and that's actually a very interesting card. So whether to top or bottom that. I think I'm going to top it and hope for the best. Go.
Alright. Attack you down to 16.
Alright, 22.
And I will play a Mystic Monastery and pass the turn.
Alright. I'm going to cast Anticipate.
That will resolve.
Alright, I'm going to take a card. I'll Scry and bottom.
Alright.
Your turn.
Strike you.
Alright, so
13 to 25?
Yep.
Draw. Scry.
Sure.
Bottom. And tech.
11 to 27.
Go.
Alright, draw. You have how many cards? 4?
4 cards.
I know 3 of them.
Yep.
Yep. Alright, well, I actually have a lot of options this turn, and I'm not sure the right way to play it. Kind of just want to get this going, but I also don't want to take a lot of unnecessary damage, because we could very easily just get burned out this game. I'm at 11. Could also cast this, but he has that Stoke the Flames, which would kill it. Drop me to 9. We're just gonna say go.
All right. Draw. Tech you.
I'm gonna Bile Blight your
Soulfire down.
Yep.
Soulfire up.
Sure.
Your turn.
Alright, I think we just want to get some velocity here, so I'm going to attempt to murderous cut your Soulfire Grandmaster.
He's gone.
And draw. All right, he has one card we don't know about. It's probably Disdainful Stroke, but I'm going to jam this anyway.
You got it.
All right, make 3 soldiers.
You have 2 cards left?
Yep.
We are in a little trouble now.
Perfect.
I think I just play Rabble and attack Elspeth.
Okay.
Trade?
Yep.
Your turn.
Draw. I'm at 11. I'll fetch to 10. Just get an island.
You're good.
Alright. I am going to plus Elspeth first. Then I'm going to cast Sorin.
No Wrath?
No, no Wrath. Let's play Sorin and plus.
Yep.
Attack you for 4.
Concede. I just have another dig through time in hand.
Okay.
I just kept one in my opener and drew the other 2. Alright, well, this is a hand that I think you're forced to keep, even though it's a little awkward. These are just the weird Jeskai draws that we would, of course, not want it to be this way, but that's how it is.
This hand looks fine, so I'm going to keep it.
Alright. Scry. I think it's a bottom. I'm going to bottom.
Alright. I am going to take a damage and cast Myth Realized. You're up.
Interesting. Go.
Alright, we'll go ahead and scry, and I'm going to bottom that. You're up.
Yeah, that was the worst draw in our deck. Alright, Seeker, go.
Right.
Shunta bottomed.
I'm okay with the way this is playing out. I think we're content to take a couple hits from that Seeker, so I'm going to Thoughtseize. And, yeah, I just want to get this thing done.
Yeah.
Alright, so you have 2 Stoke, 1 Erase, sorry, Myth Realized, 1 Soulfire, and 1 Elspeth. And then I'm going to go ahead and play an island and say go.
Alrighty. Draw. Attack you for 2. Put you at
15.
15 and play a Soulfire and pass the turn.
Alright, I will anticipate end of turn. Oh, none of these were what I was looking for. I think we just take this and try to find a land. Draw.
Another anticipate.
Yeah, another anticipate. Alright, we'll take this. And I'm going to say go.
Alright. Alright, attack you.
I'm going to Murderous Cut your Secret away.
Alright, that's good.
So I go to 13 and you're at 22.
Yeah, and I'll just erase it now.
Sure. Now, if Erase didn't exile, I could have activated it, let him erase it, and then cut.
Yep.
But since it exiles, I can't do that.
Alright, so 13 to 22.
Alright, well, we will anticipate one more time. And take yet another land. And we will scry that to the top and say go.
Ooh. I'll go get a Plains and cast a Match Strider. It's either dead or not dead.
Yeah. Well, I know he has 2 Stokes in his hand, so I think it has to be dead. So I'm going to Bioblade it, taking 1 and then go to 9 from that.
All right, so 9 to 24 or 23. Why are you at 9? I had you at 13. Yeah, you should go.
Well, I have to take a damage to cast that Bioblade.
To 12 and then to 10, because there's only 2 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I must have.
I'm pretty sure it's 23 to 10.
Okay.
All right, and your turn.
You have 4 cards. I know 3 of them.
Yep.
Alright, well, we know that this is not going to... Alright, let's see what we're scrying before we decide how we want to play. Well, we're going to bottom that. This is going to be really weird, but we're just going to end hostilities that guy.
Sure. Just can't take damage.
I just don't want to take damage. Don't want to go to 8.
Gonna dig.
Sure.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So awkward. So very awkward. Huh. I guess we'll take these. Since if he just slams Elspeth next turn, we're in trouble already for that anyway. So we might have to try a different game plan. We'll do that. Scry. That doesn't work anymore either, so bottom. Your turn.
Alright, well, we're just going to slam Elspeth.
Yep.
And you're up.
Now I have all my answers, but nothing I can do about it. Go.
Alright. Hopefully we don't just die in 3 turns. Myth realized.
Sure.
I'll attack you for 3.
Yep, 20.
I'm going to plus Elspeth.
Stoke you.
Alright, it resolves.
Draw.
I'm at 6.
Go.
Add a counter to Myth.
Yep.
Draw. Activate Mithralist.
Yep.
Attack with everything.
Okay.
Add a counter to Mithralist.
Yeah, so I'm taking 8 down to 12.
And I'm going to plus Elspeth and say go.
So what's my best course of action? Just knock the top of my deck? I think so.
Just try to draw another Stoke.
Stoke or a strike. I mean, I can Jason's Ingenuity, but now the Elspeth's too high. And the board's too... Yeah, alright, put you at 2.
Alright, don't do it.
Oh, baby! That was not staged. I promise you guys, we did not stage that.
Some people have all the luck. Alright, we're here for the last game, and this hand is extremely awkward, and I fully anticipate pun never drawing exact anything that I need and not getting there. But we'll try it.
Well, I'm on 5, and my hand is awful.
Alright, well, I found the card I was looking for, so.
Scry, bottom, go.
Alright, I am going to... I'll fetch Thoughtseize, I guess.
Straight.
Alright, well, what do I have in my hand here? I guess I just take that Disdainful Stroke.
It's probably the best card I got.
You're up.
Huh. Go.
Draw. Go.
Fetch Mattis.
Alright, I am going to fetch...
No, don't kill it.
And get a...
I'm at 18. And you're at 7. 16. Is it alive?
No, he's gonna die. But I have some things are gonna happen first, so...
Anticipate into Murder's Cut?
Yep.
It's a pretty good interaction.
It is. So I'm going to 17 off the fetch.
You're going to 16.
I'm going to 16 off the fetch. You're going to 18, right?
Yep.
All right. Yeah. We'll anticipate. And I think I just want this land, and then I'm going to cut that Mana Strider.
He did. Do you have dig through time in that deck?
No, I have Treasure Cruise.
All right.
We'll make a vampire. Your turn.
Are you not going to tick up?
I'm not.
All right. Well, I'll take the bait and kill it because it's a Planeswalker. All right, I'm at 17.
Yep.
Your turn. I will tick up of them.
All right, I'll play another Storm.
Yep. Tick up.
And
Vampire.
we'll tick up. So 19 to 14.
19 to 14 it is.
0.
Huh. Ooh, I'll anticipate myself.
Okay. I didn't anticipate that happening.
All right. Scry. I guess so. Go.
Alright, draw. Play Myth.
Yeah.
Cast Anticipate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awkward, but we'll take this. I feel like this deck wants 27 lands, just based on... I guess we'll plus Thorn again. Shoot for 3, so
11
22 to 11.
22.
Go.
I'll go to 10 and erase that. All right. I guess let's start the turn off by
Dig away.
digging. Digging for what? I don't know.
Digging for time against the Sorin. I think that's only, yeah.
We just take these and let him have an emblem and just have to play like a long game if he even wants to do that. I don't like this. This is a Nambo so far. I haven't played much with these cards, but every time I cast this and see this, I don't want to take it. So that might be a problem with the deck. But yeah, I'll take
Which card?
Ojutai's Command.
Oh, okay.
Because I like dig and then
Can't even cast it.
yeah, well I can cast it, but not for anything like high impact.
I'll play before.
Go.
Alright, draw. I don't think Ultimating Sorin is where we want to be because he can win through that. I'd rather just attack for 2 and then make a vampire.
Okay, so I'm at 8.
Yep. So now he's under a lot of pressure.
Pressure schmesher. I'm under a lot of pressure. I guess. I'm on a 2-turn clock, but the Sorin's just gonna kill me. But I don't know how I'm dealing with the tokens. Guess I can draw stuff. Hopefully, yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna eventually die to that. Go. I just have to try to clean these up and hope he just draws removal spells for the next couple turns. 4.
And I will realize a myth. You're up.
Oh, that's, yeah, dead. I even have dig through time, but I can't beat that card. I guess I can draw Elspeth. No, because yeah, they're flying. Yeah, dead.
Okay.
I put up the best fight a 5 could.
Yeah, it was a reasonable fight.
Yeah. All right, well, the things that I learned are the Jeskai cards are still good, but very clunky.
Yeah.
That's one of the things about the deck is sometimes you just... Like, I scryed that one game where I got stuck on 2. I scryed a land to the bottom, but, like, hoping, but it was a tap land, so I was just like, I don't want to go tap land, tap land, tap land. I wanted to be rewarded with an untapped land for either Rabble Master or something. So I put a land on the bottom and never played a third land.
Yeah.
But we got Lightning Strike and won the game anyway, but... the thing about Esper that I've seen is I feel like it's probably... Like, I want your opinion of your deck, actually, before I talk about it.
Okay, I mean, the myths were pretty bad in this matchup.
Yep.
I like Narset a lot, and actually Narset and Sorin have both impressed me. Both as Narset seems like the better turn 4 play, and Sorin is just a fantastic follow-up to an Elspeth, or in some situations where you Thoughtseize them and you can set up a Sorin, like the 5th game where I know you milled a 5, but I got to see what you had in your hand. I got to play Sorin, and like you're gonna like just stoke my Sorin. I can play a second one and go from there. So I'm really impressed with the Planeswalkers. I like the removal. My mana base is definitely off. I definitely lost at least one game to just having the wrong colors of mana, and I think that can be fixed. Maybe it just turns into a blue-black deck splashing Narset, because I've been really impressed with Narset a lot.
Yeah, Narset seems sweet, and it also looks like it works really well with Ashiok as well. Like, just both of them do this weird job together where they both have high loyalties, are annoying, but yeah, that's where I'd want to be. I'd want to be blue-black splash Narset. Crux of Fate is going to be an awkward removal spell where End Hostilities is not. That's like one of the things about this format moving forward.
Yeah, like that's the thing is like, well, I want to play End Hostilities and I want to play Elspeth because both those cards impress me a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if people are playing things like Dragon Lords or Thunderbreak Regents or whatever. I just really want to have access to both the Wrath effect and then Elspeth as like a secondary Wrath effect.
Yeah, and I think it's possible to play those and just be on all these colors. Maybe it's actually we're supposed to just be black, white, like you said, splashing blue. And who knows if Anticipate's actually where we want to be. Like, Anticipate's a good fixer, but the way that I've seen this format play out and the way that I've seen Anticipates is it's not that powerful an effect. Like, it's usually digging for what you want and it's helping fill your dig through times. But I kind of like the idea of just, like, having dedicated slots for what you want them to accomplish and having Scrylands manipulate that. Because I think I don't ever want to anticipate into an Ashiok. I want to like play a removal spell into an Ashiok to protect my Planeswalkers. And I feel like if both these, like Ashiok and Narset, are both generated advantages, you probably just want the rest of your deck to be removal spells and maybe a couple other Planeswalkers here and there.
Yeah, like I want to play some number of ultimate price, but I don't want to fall into the trap of just having way too many removal spells.
Yep.
If I run into a deck, like a control deck or something, then I'm just going to not have really any kind of game, at least game 1.
Yeah.
Maybe that's okay to just be bad game 1 against other control decks. And then sideboard, after sideboard, I'm going to have access to still all these Planeswalkers that are hard for them to deal with, but also duress, negate, and things like that.
I mean, I think it is totally fine to be bad against control decks because, like, a couple of good players at, like, the Invitationals have done well with blue-black, and it has won all these Grand Prix, but it's, like, the one guy that got some good matchups. But historically, blue-black has not performed well, and it's been highly played. Like, some of the best players in the world have taken this to Grand Prix and not made day 2.
Yeah.
And that's just, like, a problem with blue-black. I feel like blue-black is harder or easier to play than like mono red in this format, like where all your decisions are just in front of you and it's kind of like the
you play the spell you can cast every turn.
Yeah, if like you just look at their creatures and put value them and then kill them in the opposite order.
Yeah.
And so I'm not that big of a fan of control decks that prey on other control decks, and like a lot of people have the fear of needing to play a deck, needing to have their control deck to beat other control decks, where we've seen historically like there's metagames where that deck was great. Like, it lost all the other control decks, but it had all the ways to kill the creature decks.
I mean, I've top-aided actually a few invitationals with control decks that could never beat another control deck.
Yeah, and decks like that are fine. It just comes down to what the metagames are, and that's where we have to figure out. And, like, now, you know...
This is after the fact, so hopefully we'll have already figured it out.
Yeah, hopefully we haven't figured out for the Pro Tour. But, yeah, like, BBD and I are going to be going to the Pro Tour and testing with our team for a whole week, and the biggest problem is having our testing be cyclical. Like, if we see blue-black do bad in our testing, but still are afraid of it, like, we have to go on that gut, right? We figure out what are the 3 best decks and then have a deck that is good against those. At least that's what I always do.
Yeah.
And so if we see blue-black underperform and this deck overperforms, sure, you might get bit by a couple blue-black players, and maybe a big team brings like, in our testing, a bad deck. And we get preyed on. Like, that stuff happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean that kind of happened to us in Atlanta.
Yeah, well, we could have had our deck built better.
We could have had our deck built better.
I think the biggest one was Channel Fireball versus SCG Pro Tour Honolulu, 2013 or whatever, where Channel Fireball, I was testing with them, and we brought this terrible green-red ramp deck, Primeval Titan deck.
But you still made...
But we preyed on all the SCG because they were playing a Delver deck based around Lingering Souls that
slow.
trumped all the other decks.
Yeah, it was just a slower version of Delver.
But yeah, we just like, the finals was 2 Channel Fireball players playing this Primeval Titan deck, which wasn't that good, but they just played SCG players the whole way to the finals and just kept like jumping over all these Lingering Souls decks.
That was my first Pro Tour, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
That was my worst Pro Tour, or close. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Join us later this week where we have some more versus videos, articles, videos, all that jazz. And we're somewhere.
We probably won't have any jazz, though.
No jazz. We're not musicians.
We're not musicians or from Utah.
You can have jazz from anywhere, man. It's from the soul.
Is it?
I don't have any idea. I don't know anything about jazz. Bye.
See ya.